many of you know, President-elect Donald Trump was named Times Magazine's Person of the Year yesterday, but if you read the article written by the uber-liberal Times Magazine, you may have thought he was chosen as Villain of the Year. So while describing Trump as the real change maker of 2016, the magazine also took the time to rag on the Republican presidential-elect as a huckster and demagogue, while reserving its most glowing praise for Hillary Clinton, who the edition described as, here it is, an American Moses. Oh, God. I mean, doesn't that make you want to just puke a little bit? I mean, look at this love affair they have with this woman. I mean, just get a room already, you know? I mean, the American Moses, I mean, come on. I mean, you know, because Moses was responsible for selling favors to the Egyptians and selling out his own people, right? I mean, that's what Moses is known for. No! I mean, it's crazy how they just put that. I mean, it's disgusting to me. So in describing Trump, Times article almost exclusively used backhand compliments. For instance, while the piece said he did what no American politician had attempted in a generation, it added that he, quote, magnified the divisions of the present, inspiring new levels of anger and fear within his country. And, here's the thing, Time Magazine. It wasn't him that inspired the fear and anger. It was President Obama and his policies that caused the anger and the fear. Donald Trump just answered their call. He didn't inspire, trust me, it was way already there. He just answered the call of the people. Here's one particular paragraph that's really disgusting from the article. It says, now it's difficult to count all the ways Trump remade the game. The huckster came off more real than the scripted political prose. The cable news addict made pollsters look like chumps. The fabulous outshouted journalists fighting to separate fact from falsehood. The demagogue won more Latino and black votes than the 2012 Republican nominee. That's right, in one paragraph they called him a demagogue and a huckster. You know, he's a huckster because he started bringing the truth to the American people. Now, there's two things here. I find it funny that that paragraph pretty much disagrees with itself. I mean, it calls him a demagogue and actually acts if it's a bad thing that he got more black and Latino votes. Oh, it's a bad thing you got more of those. I mean, it's like saying he's a racist, but he got more minority votes than the previous Republican presidents before him. I mean, that's crazy how they're saying that. And the fact they're talking about how he's spreading out falsehood. I mean, Time Magazine is the one spreading the falsehood. I mean, how hypocritical can you get? And I've talked many times about how hypocritical the liberal media is. But this is just another example right here. Talking about he's the one spreading the falsehood. They're the ones calling him a huckster and demagogue, and how it's a bad thing he got Latino and black votes. But like I said, this is just typical of the nonsensical way that liberals write. I mean, they can't make sense because what they're writing isn't sense. So you can't make sense of something that's not, if you know what I'm saying. So among the descriptions of what it called Trump's America, Trump described a land where a hijab-wearing college student in New York reports being attacked and jeered at, where American-born children ask their citizens' parents if Trump will deport them, and where white supremacists throw out Nazi salutes in Washington meeting halls for their president-elect. So here's what I'm talking about. Here's where this falsehood comes out. Especially talking about here, the American children ask their citizen parents if Trump will deport them. Yeah, you know, because Trump has said a lot of times how he wants to deport citizens, American citizens. Yeah, when did he once say he wants to deport American citizens? I'm pretty sure, A, that can't happen, and B, he's never said that. So they're talking about falsehoods in their own sentence. I mean, in the exact same article they're writing about falsehoods, they're the ones spreading falsehoods. I mean, this is crazy how these people write in these liberal media. I mean, so talking here about Hillary Clinton, it was much different, of course. It's a different article, but it was on Hillary Clinton, and it was subtitled "The Winner of the Popular Vote Leaves a Complicated Legacy." And the tone is just worlds away from the fulminating darkness that permeates the Trump piece. So the opening paragraph is sort of like the start of a love letter saying, quote, she became a symbol in a fight that was much more than symbolism. She's the woman who was almost president. She was what might have been and what will be. I mean, the writer couldn't even try to offer criticism of her. I mean, the only paragraph that seemed like a criticism was more of an excuse for some of her faults than an actual criticism. Here's what it said. It said, long before she ever ran for office, Clinton built up a sturdy shield. Decades of attacks on her looks, her judgment, her marriage, and her motivations left Clinton reflectively contained and guarded. But armor both insulates and obscures, and those self-protective traits may have led to some of her most damning mistakes, like the creation of a private email server and her fumbling rationale for it. So in other words, what this paragraph is saying is that it's the fault of all her critics throughout her career for her faults. Not herself. I mean, she's always been the perfect person, but it's people who drove her to lie and steal. It was never her own doing. She's a great woman. It's all those people attacking her. You know, those people attacking her that made her create a server and hide it from the American people. It's their fault that that happened. Now, the writer finished the story with a particular puke-inducing sentence. And that's what I said earlier. Quote, like an American Moses, she was an imperfect prophet, leading women to the edge of a promised land. Now it's up to another woman to enter it. I mean, Hillary Clinton and prophet should never even be in the same, it shouldn't even be in the same book, really. I mean, unless you're saying, you know, what is it, antonyms for prophet, maybe in that respect. But to say Hillary Clinton and prophet, I mean, if you ever wondered, thinking about it, if you ever wondered how someone could vote for Clinton, I know a lot of people wonder that. Here you go. This is an example right here. I mean, they are so blind, they can't even see truth or reason. I mean, Hillary Clinton didn't lead women anywhere. If anything, she drove them back. Using the same analogy, Hillary instead led her people to the Red Sea, where they all promptly drowned.